Welcome back for episode 25 of Dialogue Tree. I am joined by Daniel Blast Processing Padilla.
Hola, amigo, ¿cómo estás?
I actually don't know how to respond to that in Spanish. Muy bien, I guess.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
That's all you need.
As always, I'm Matthew Peterson, and we're back, hopefully without any audio issues or anything. Hopefully we've got this all fixed up.
Yeah, Craig has been chastised multiple times. But hopefully this time it'll be okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on with your life, Matthew Peterson?
I don't know. It was a really, really nice day out today. It's a shame we're quarantined.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous out. I took a long bike ride, but I didn't go anywhere, I guess. Just was on the road.
I was going to ask you if you went to see anything specific.
No, I actually was going to go by the beach, but there was actually a lot of traffic today. So I just went the opposite way of wherever traffic was.
Right.
I didn't feel like dealing with it.
That was gonna be my follow-up question. How are the streets looking in terms of the amount of people and whatever?
Normally not many people are out, but for some reason there's more cars out. I guess people are still going places on a nice day. When it's nice out, there's a lot more cars, and there's always those handful of people who have to walk their dog.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
How's the situation with Connecticut?
I don't know what this means particularly, but the governor has assembled a task force, and they're talking about opening salons and having only one customer at a time and stuff like that. Dude. Probably in a couple of weeks. I know my mom will go back to work at the end of the month.
Okay, back into her office space or whatever.
Yeah. So in probably 10 days. But that is there's only 4 people in her office. So
yeah.
I don't know if everything will be open soon, but I mean, it's easier to find everything but toilet paper. Toilet paper is still hard to get.
That's still scarce?
Yeah.
What the hell is that
Unfortunately, dude. I think it's just that so many people bought it and the companies kept refilling the shelves and people kept buying it that they're super backed up.
Yeah. Did you buy in bulk? Did you buy toilet paper in bulk?
No. I mean, we just had an adequate amount, I guess.
Yeah.
Now we finally bought some, and we had to go to BJ's, the wholesale store, and order it online, and it still took a week to come in.
Damn, dude.
But everything else seems to be available in the store again. And I ordered something on Amazon, and it came relatively quickly. So I think things are starting to cool down a little here.
Yeah, right. Well, that's good. I suppose it's definitely uplifting. I guess I hope it's not just people being tired and just assuming that things are better. And so that's what I may be afraid of, right? That people are all right, I've been quarantined long enough, so fuck it. You know what I mean? As opposed to it being I guess scientifically safe, if you will.
There's going to be a day, right? Where they're okay, quarantine's over, when they have to say it, and then everyone's going to go out and get sick. Right, everyone's gonna go to bars and whatever because they're sick of it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, people. I still don't think that I'll rush to big crowded spaces. You know what I mean? I think I'll still probably try to avoid it as much as I can. I'll try and go out and see my buddies and go for a coffee here and there. But in terms of the big bars and shit that my buddies and I used to frequent, I don't think that I'll be dying to go to those. You know,
they're trying to reopen the casinos in Vegas.
I saw that. Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah,
that's insane.
And a casino is the most unsafe place to be during a pandemic.
Yeah, because there's such a closed.
There's no windows.
There's no windows, and everyone's just touching everything, all the cards and all the machines and all that shit.
Yeah, it's just a bad situation. And I understand Las Vegas has literally no other income.
Oh, that's fucked up though. Yeah,
but if they're all dead, it doesn't matter.
It won't matter anyway, right? Yeah, you're right, dude.
Yeah,
it's time to talk about my favorite topic for this podcast: the weather. How's the weather been?
I just told you how the weather was.
Well, you said it was nice, but I don't know what nice means these days anymore. You know, in terms of I don't know what nice is to you. Is it just a little better than it had been, or is it actually warming up, or you know what I mean?
I don't know. It was raining for a week, and today it was getting close to 60.
Okay.
I would say it was nice, but yeah. I guess compared to how it is for summer weather, it was just okay.
Okay.
It was a little cold.
Saw some bitch tweet some bullshit if you live in a place where it's consistently over 70 degrees, you're not allowed to complain. And I'm whatever, dog. Like here where I am, it's consistently over 90 degrees. Not only that, but it's also smoky as fuck. So like I'll try my best not to complain, but like if I want to complain, I'll complain the fuck out of this whole situation because I hate it. You know what I mean?
Not even assuming it could be uncomfortably hot.
Yeah, right. Like 90 degrees is just, even then, because it gets better like in the evening, right? Like last night I was hanging out at the porch of the house, and it was nice. It was like nice and breezy. Temperature was nice and comfortable and whatever. The issue is also like the thick ass layer of smoke that we have on top of the city that just makes everything more uncomfortable. And I swear to God that like there's been a couple nights this past week where you just literally like breathe the smoke in. You know what I mean? Like you can smell it every time, like throughout the entire day when you're just like existing and breathing. You know, it's fucking awful. It's fucking awful.
And it's crazy that it hasn't gotten better with no one working.
Yeah, no, the issue, the main issue here in the city is that I don't know what it is, dude, but like usually around this time of year we get a lot of forest fires, and I think what the news tend to inform is that it's mostly arson.
Shit.
Yeah, like people burn down like trees that have been infected with whatever bug, but then the fires just spread because people are not responsible.
Okay, well that's not really arson.
Yeah, I've heard stories that like a couple of other fires have been started over like property wars between people. You know what I mean? Shit like that. And then these fires just spread out. You know, because how do you fucking contain a forest fire? The city is very dry as it is. That we've had like a very severe drought since like last year. So like, it's hard to contain a forest fire as it is, but how do you contain a forest fire in a city that has no water as it is?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just fucking awful, man. I don't know. I remember last year, I'd totally forgotten what it was like to be around smog, you know, because it's usually here in the city, we get it from like, I don't know, like late February through like May. And those were the months that I wasn't really here when I was in college. You know, those were the months that I was like in the spring semester. So I'd really forgotten what it was like. But last year, it kind of like hit me, like it kind of like bitch slapped me in the face again, how like uncomfortable it is. And I remember like after May, like once the rain started and everything, and I began to like see color again, it was like, it's insane how like shocking it was to see like color, you know, because when we were covered in smog, everything just kind of looks like brown and orange, everything just looks like dry, and you can barely even see like the mountains that surround the city. You can barely even see them when we're covered in smog. But then it'll rain, you know, and even when it rains, you can't really see a lot because like the clouds are thick and like fog and whatever. But like after the rain stops and you can like see the mountains and everything again, it really pops, like all the green and everything. It really pops, and you're like, holy shit, color. It's weirdly nice.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Like I promise you, that's how I felt last year. I was like, wow, like I forgot what like natural green color was. You know what I mean?
Damn, dude.
Which is kind of awful, but it's also kind of interesting.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, that's kind of what the weather's been like here. Just hot and smoky. Matthew Peterson.
Yes.
Do you know any fucking Craigs in your life, man?
I don't think so. I can't. Maybe like someone's like parents would be like a Craig.
Someone's like dad.
Yeah. Okay. There's like a distant family friend named Craig.
Of course.
His son is a DJ.
Okay.
His name is
Craig?
Reed. No, his name is Reed. And I had to stay with them once for some reason or whatever. We were like, I don't know. I stayed over one night at their house, and then I had to go with Reed to like his show, and he was like not. I mean, I'm not gonna say he was a bad DJ. I really wouldn't know, but he was like, we were like 16, so he wasn't like a professional DJ.
Yeah, right.
And we just like went to this like quinceañera.
Oh, dude, that's fucking funny.
There were a bunch of girls we didn't know there. And then I just like sat there next to him on the stage, and he just kind of picked the songs. He didn't like say anything or do anything.
He didn't like mix them together.
He had like the God, like the thing. It's not. He didn't have a real turntable, but the thing where you like slow it down and cut it in and everything. He had like a laptop software.
Okay, right. Okay, but he would play around with that, not just like selecting one song after the next one and making
right. But he wasn't like talking like a wedding DJ or anything.
Yeah. No, I get it.
But he's actually really successful now, as far as I know.
No way. Damn. All right. Well, Good for
He
Reed.
lives in, I think, California, and he flies out to Las Vegas and does, because the thing now in Las Vegas is like DJs and magicians, right?
Right.
So he goes to Las Vegas to DJ people. I guess he's not right now because it's closed.
Right. Well, Craig and Reed, man, those are some names. Well, good for them though.
Yeah. Hope he's doing well.
I don't know. Have you watched anything interesting this week? Played anything interesting at all?
I saw The Joker.
What?
The Joker film.
Okay. Did you intentionally call it The Joker?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. I
thought it was good.
You know,
I thought it was politically, and like the writing was like confused. And it didn't really have a point. Well, I don't really like his speech at the end doesn't really go anywhere, and he like tells an offensive joke, and then they're like, you can't say that, and he's like, who are you to say what I can't say? But that's not like really the point of like what's happening or anything else in the movie. It's about like the class inequality, which they don't really they don't really go into. It's just kind of like a component of the film, but I think like directorially, like the composition of the shot and the acting was excellent. Everything and the music choice, everything like works, and it has like weird solo shots of him just being weird and like dancing or whatever. It's creepy, but it's good. It all worked. I liked how long the camera like lingered on scenes of nothing, of just like sitting there in New York. Really impressive, I think.
Yeah, no, I would agree. Some shot compositions, like even I don't know, like I thought it was so interesting when all the scenes where he was in I guess his psychiatrist or whatever.
Social worker?
Yeah, right. Like the social worker. Cause I don't remember, right? Cause I only saw the film once back in like November.
Right.
I don't know. I don't remember if she was like an actual like psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever. But like she was supposed to be some kind of like emotional support to this guy. Right. But like, I thought it was interesting, like how every scene that he was in her office, how it was composed. Cause like, he was in her office, but like her office was just a mess, right? Just like fucking files everywhere, and everything was just like beige and gray and like dark. People, if this is like the service that some people rely on, no wonder they don't like get anywhere. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Right.
That, as far as I can remember, that was one of like the things that I thought was real interesting. How they like composed, I guess that kind of like setting, the social worker office setting. I thought that was really cool.
I think on a technical level, everything was great.
Right. I'm not rushing or dying to see it again because it's just a very uncomfortable film to watch, you know?
Yeah.
I do think though that like, I don't know, like this dude just finds himself in a lot of like situations that don't quite seem like, dude gets beat up by like groups of people like 3 times within the week. And I just don't think that's something that happens ever. You know what I mean? Like
it one is, like, person, ridiculous how unlucky he is.
Yeah, right. Like I don't think there's the one person that like just gets beat up by different groups of people like 3 to 4 times within the 1 week. You know what I mean? Right. So that felt a little bit like, all right, like what do we do here? I guess we'll just have this group of people like beat him up just because he's a dude by himself.
Yeah.
So like let's have a group of people beat him up. Whatever, right? I think that was like the biggest, I guess, kind of like writing issue, if you will, with the movie, right? It just, I don't know.
It's like they didn't think of anything else, so they just reused.
Right. They just reused the same idea of him getting like fucking beat up by like a group
randomly.
Yeah. And fucking what's his name? Joaquin Phoenix's performance is pretty good.
Yeah, very good. I think if DC continues to make movies that don't suck, people will like them.
Yeah. What's the status on Snyder's cut?
God, what a prick. There's no way you could rearrange any of that footage
to make it better.
I mean, maybe better, but not good.
Right. Not, because the movie still looks like garbage. Like you and I saw that. I don't remember paying a lot of attention to it just because there was not a lot to pay attention to. I feel like
no, it's just nonsense.
But I remember like the last half hour of that movie, like everything just becomes like brown and like sludge, and everything just looks like vomit, and the special effects are garbage.
Yeah,
and like you can't fix that. You know what I mean? Like that's something that cannot be fixed or salvaged in any way. I don't think.
Right. I mean, maybe like in 100 years, like with Blade Runner, they'll patch it up.
Right. Exactly. But that's all I can remember. Right, like the last half hour of that movie, just looking like straight up vomit in my face. I'm like, oh, I don't. Why?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that movie anymore.
Right, let's move on.
You've been talking about Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I don't want to talk about that shit.
That movie is probably like probably worse in kind of an objective sense. But I would definitely have more fun watching it again.
Yeah, because at least I don't know. At least I get some kind of pleasure shitting on the Amazing Spider-Man 2, whereas
and it's like campy almost. It's so bad. It's like almost good. Like Peter, I guess spoilers for the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Peter Parker picks up a calculator that I think was his dad's, throws it at the wall in frustration, and a coin falls out. And then he Googles it, and the coin is to a decommissioned New York subway line, and he goes to the New York subway line and he puts the coin in like the turnstile, and then a secret laboratory comes up with a video of his father saying that he didn't mean to abandon him, and he gets all the technology he needs.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
What is going on in this movie?
No, and this is a calculator that he's had his entire life.
I know, and he didn't even like realize something was amiss. He literally gives up and breaks it. It happens to find the coin.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, like the fucking Ex Machina bullshit. Yeah, forget that, man. What an awful.
It could have just been like movie. A USB. Why does he have to go to the subway?
Yeah, god damn. And all of like his dad that just goes nowhere. You know what I mean? Like there's like
absolutely.
You could like remove those 20 or 25 minutes of the movie that like talk all the bullshit about that, like bring up all the bullshit about his dad, and like the film won't change because none of those plots just go anywhere ever.
I don't even know why he's fighting the Green Goblin, because the Green Goblin comes and he's like, "Hey, we're best friends. Remember that?"
Just out of nowhere, he's like, "Oh, Harry Osborn's back in town. Oh, he used to be my best friend."
Yeah,
that's it. That's all the exposition that we get about that.
And his best friend is like, it has a serious medical condition. He's like, "Hey, if you get me some of Spider-Man, like a sample of Spider-Man's blood, I won't like rot. My face won't melt off." And Spider-Man's like, "I can't do that, Harry." And it's like, why, dude? What?
Yeah, like, well, how is that different than just like donating blood out of like charity or whatever? Yeah, you know.
And also, if it was like, if it really has this curative power, like, and it could help other people, like, he should
just fucking do it.
Yeah.
But also, what the fuck is that disease? It's just like a movie disease that happens if the movie can like move along, right? It's just like, son, I'm dying, and you have this disease, and you will die too, whatever. And we're like,
and it's like 3 days. It's like over the course of 3 days.
He was fine his entire life until he appears back in the movie, and then he just starts to die like immediately.
It's so good.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's funny to shit on that movie, but like, there was nothing in Justice League that was even. I just don't remember anything about that movie.
Right.
It's just so everything was so like irrelevant to me that, you know what I mean? I just don't remember anything at all.
The lore is that there's like three things. They have to keep them separate, and the humans get one, the Aqua people get one, and the Amazonians get one, the Amazonians.
Go ahead. Sorry.
The humans dig a ditch and throw it in. And then cover it. It's just like two guys in the woods in the frontier. They just put it in a ditch and leave.
I do not remember absolutely any of this shit that he just told me, dog.
That's why that alien guy is trying to fight them or whatever.
Oh, it's fucking weird that I just don't remember any of this, man. I seriously don't remember any. I maybe remember like a couple of like the one-liners that Flash throws in here and there. Like I remember like, oh, that was kind of funny. But I don't even remember what the one-liners were. I was just like, oh, that character was the one-liner character who says things that were funny.
Yeah.
And that's like the only thing that has kind of stuck to me at all of that film. Shit, man, that's weird.
It's quite forgettable. I don't hold it against you, dude.
Well, moving on to talk about a movie that I actually fucking enjoyed. I was recommended this movie called "I Lost My Body."
Okay.
It's a French film. So the original title is shit. The original title of the film is not "I Lost My Body." I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce it in French. Actually,
J'ai perdu mon corps.
It's an animated movie. It's French. It's only like 80 minutes long. And it's fucking cool, man. So the premise is weird, right? It's about this dude who, at the beginning of the movie, he loses his hand. You don't really see how. But then his hand it gets kind of like fantastical, like immediately like that, because his hand kind of like becomes sentient and tries to find like the rest of his body for like the entire movie. So like it's cool like that because so you kind of have like the parallels, right? You have the hand trying to find like its body. And then that's like I guess half of the movie scenes, but then the other half of the movie scenes is like the story of the dude winding up until the moment where he loses his hand. It's interesting for a lot of reasons, right? I think it's interesting just the whole premise of like having a hand like try to find its way around like the city by itself. I think that's interesting because like hands are like how we like maneuver through like our physical world. You know what I mean? Like everything, I do everything with my hands. Like I type on my computer, I use my phone, play my drums. The idea of like a hand maneuvering it by itself, like and finding its way like through a city and like through the subway or whatever. I don't know. That was just like really, really compelling to me. You know what I mean? And all those scenes were like really interesting because there's no dialogue, right? It's just like the hand like fighting off like pigeons and fighting off like rats and shit like that. Is really, really interesting. And then the other side is just the the dude who like loses his parents and whatever, has to become like a foster kid. So I don't know. The movie just like checked off a lot of like shit that I enjoy in movies and in ways that I was not expecting it to. And I just fucking loved it, man. And it's short too, right? It's only like 80 minutes. So it's like 2 episodes of like a series or whatever. So
yeah,
I definitely recommend it. It was a damn good time. Yeah. Animation is good too. Like the art style is pretty good.
Is there any dialogue at all? Like were you
no
French? Yeah. Okay.
All the scenes with the hand doing its thing, that those don't have any dialogue, but but then the story of the dude and everything, those scenes have dialogue. It was good. It was a good time. I'm glad I watched it. I was recommended it, and yeah, I had a good time with it for sure.
Nice.
Dude, can we talk about the syntax of this, the syntax of eating ass? Can we talk about that for a minute?
Okay.
Because I'm thinking.
No, I don't know what you mean, but go ahead.
I don't know. Because I've heard it used in so many different ways, right? Like, for example, I've seen, I don't know, like, I've heard people say, like, eat my ass, as in, like, go fuck yourself kind of deal. Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? But then on the other hand, I've also heard other people say, like, he got his ass eaten or he got his ass ate, as in, like, he got fucked over. So, like, what is worse here? Is like eating ass worse, or is it like getting your ass eaten worse? As an insult, I would say that. Like, how is it possible that like both ways work as like an insult? That's what I don't understand.
Like here, if someone says that they're eating like if someone is like, I'm eating ass today, it's like I'm eating shit. Like they're having a bad day, they're doing a bad job or whatever. But if someone was like getting destroyed in like an online game, and the streamer might be like, I'm eating this dude's ass or whatever, like I know that he's winning, right? So I guess just the tone and context of what they're saying. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't hear it used that liberally.
Dude, I'm eating ass today. Just like your example is really good.
I don't think I've ever said that, but yeah, I think I would know what someone meant if they said.
All right. I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, I think with the fuck is usually a lot more straightforward, right? Like, you wouldn't say I'm getting fucked. You wouldn't say I'm getting fucked when you're having a good time. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I'm getting fucked, man. I mean, I in a non-sexual way, I suppose.
It's about like it's about if you want it or not, right? Like,
Yeah.
like if you're saying that you're doing it to someone, then that means you're into it, so it makes it a good thing.
Yeah, because like if you just say he's getting his ass eaten, you're not really talking about doing it to someone. It's just something that has happened to someone else, and therefore that means that like it's not positive, like it's negative.
Right? Yeah.
That ended up being a lot funnier to me than I expected it to. Just talking about it.
I'm sure it's confusing for ESL students.
Right. Yeah, dude. I don't know. What else, man? What else?
Shit, dude. I don't know.
I haven't beaten Circle of the Moon yet, which is the first GBA.
That's the GBA one, yeah.
Yeah, it's the first one
with the cards, right?
Yeah. Which I don't really. Whatever.
You don't like it?
It's not that I don't like it. It's just it's all right. So mechanically, it works very similar to Harmony and Aria of Sorrow, right? But it's just primitive enough after because I played through both Harmony and Aria, and those are just like better. You know what I mean? So like going back to Circle of the Moon after playing those is just you can tell that Circle of the Moon is a more primitive one.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like it's hard to get into it in that sense. So I played a lot of it. I think I might have like a while ago, like last year, I might have put like 4 hours into it, but I just never quite finished it. And I'm looking into finishing it now. You know what I mean? Just like cut the crap and just fucking finish it.
You know, you can use any card in that game without unlocking it. You just
what the hell?
Just put the cursor over the card you want and then close the menu and it will be active.
No way.
Yeah, it's really bad.
But you'll need to know where the card you want.
You need to know where it is in the picture, yeah, because it's like grayed out. But there's no actual restriction they put on using the spells.
No way. That's fucking weird. I never knew that. That's interesting.
Well, you close the menu while hitting start and B or something. It's very easy to do. I know. I've just never played it myself, so I don't quite remember.
Right. Well, no, I think it's cool. It's just it just definitely feels a little clunkier than both Harmony and Aria.
I don't think I'll ever play it, just for that reason that it's like not primitive, but it just is like the older version of something that's refined.
Right. So I wish I would have started with that one instead. Because people shit a lot on Harmony because like the music is really weird and the graphics are weird, but like the game itself is really good, man. I had a great time with Harmony. And Aria is just like on a whole other level, man. Aria of Sorrow was a great fucking time. And like I finished it in like 6.5 hours, and I don't think finding the good ending would take significantly more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can also play as Richter and Maria if you want, which is cool.
Oh, right. Yeah. So there's something about that. Even as I was playing yesterday, I just wanted to keep exploring the castle and find the next save room and everything. Because I don't know, I just find it real addicting.
Yeah. I like both styles of Castlevania.
I just want to read this out loud because it's great. There's a moment where I apparently glitched out and you couldn't hear what I said. So you warned me that you couldn't hear me in the group chat. And you said, IDK what you said, to which Owen responded. He said, "It's just like the ocean under the moon is the same as the emotion that I get from you." That is a great verse. I do like that song a lot.
Thank you, Owen.
Yeah, thank you, Owen. I haven't explored a lot of Santana, but I do like that song. I know I like that one. It's very good.
Okay, dude. Here's something you might have a little insight in. So, I don't know what Mega Man Battle Network is. I think I've heard you mention it before.
So there's this series of like they made like 6 fucking games of this shit back in the Game Boy.
I know it's on like Game Boy.
Yeah, they're Game Boy Advance games, and I think it was like a yearly release. There's literally like 6, and I understand they're all largely the same game, just like more of it. You know what I mean? With each subsequent release, I haven't played. I remember dabbling in it a little bit back when I was discovering emulation, way back when I was like, I don't know, fucking like 10 years old or whatever.
Right.
I thought it was because the battles they're like interesting, right? They're so the way I remember it, once again, I have not played this very much or seen very, very much about it. But what I remember is like there's like a board, right, and it's like divided in 2. And you have the left side of the screen, and then like the enemies have the right side of the screen. They'll like shoot and whatever, and you get to like move around to like try to avoid their attacks, and then you like try to move around to try to get to like attack them and stuff.
Yeah. This is exactly what I'm thinking of. The reason I asked is because I was looking at getting this game.
Oh,
and I think I remembered it being based on Mega Man Battle Network, but I couldn't remember if it was. It's called One Step from Eden. It's on Switch and Steam. And
no way, I don't know what this is.
It's not really a deck builder, but you get different spells every time you win a fight. You can pick a spell or not, and then as you do that, as you're like in a real time grid, it like cycles your spells out, and you try to avoid attacks.
Right.
And it's exactly like you described, where you're on your half and enemies are on theirs.
I'm looking like a GIF of it. That just looks very, very reminiscent.
But it just looks good to me. I might get it because I do want more things on my Switch to play because I don't really use it that much except for Animal Crossing right now.
Right.
And occasionally I'll play Castlevania 1, but that's about it.
Yeah, it definitely looks, pretty much the same. Again, I don't remember what the mechanics were in the Battle Network games. I don't remember if they were like a deck builder type thing or what. But at least like in action, it definitely looks exactly the same.
Yeah, I'll update if get it and play and like it.
Yeah, I think that's all I have. I do have a conversation starter here.
Okay.
Just real quick, maybe just to cheaply lengthen this episode. What movies have you rewatched the most number of times? I think I already know the answer to this, but I'll let you answer it anyway.
Movies, because I think there's just one.
Well, the question is movies, but whatever.
Okay, well then I include the trilogy. The Cube trilogy I've definitely watched the most time.
Why, dude?
Because it's great.
Like unironically great?
I think Cube 1 is a good movie.
Okay.
Unironically.
Okay.
But then you're in for the long haul once you watch Cube 1. I've seen Cube 1 the most, Cube 2 the second, and Cube 3 the third most. In descending order. But Cube is like Canadian sci-fi twist on Saw, I guess. It's less bloody. It's more just about like the psychology of being trapped in like a maze, I guess. But the first one I think is actually like the acting's not that great, but I think it's unique and well shot, and it's a good film.
Okay.
And the second one is, I mean, it is funny how bad it is, right?
2 Hypercube, or is that 3?
Cube 2 Hypercube. Cube 2 sucks. I know it's Cam's favorite. It is the funniest, I'll say. Okay. It's the funniest to watch by far. The acting is abominable, and there's some really bad 3D effects. The plot doesn't make any sense. The dialogue doesn't make any sense. No, it makes no sense. It's just nonsense. And then Cube 3, Cube 0.
Does Cube 3 have a subtitle?
Yeah, it's Cube 0.
Oh, excellent.
Is an attempt to, I guess, reconcile and explain all of everything that happens within Cube 1 and 2. And it really horribly fails and makes no sense. Our friend, a friend of the show, Nick Kirshner, reached out to the director himself on Facebook, and the director responded. The director responded, but then Nick was like, hey, I mean, I'm not going to spoil it, but he was like, hey, the ending of Cube 3 doesn't make any sense. Was this on purpose? And he just didn't answer. He blocked him. So we'll never know. He didn't say it in that rude a way. There's a very specific way it's written to be in a way, but it doesn't make any sense in that way. And but it's just like a cult classic. It's like something fun to watch. Right. And I think it's always a good time.
Yeah, I was asked by someone in the group at least once to like watch it with you guys, but I was like, I don't know, man.
I don't know if I think it got taken off Netflix at one point. I don't know. I can check if it's on there right now.
Yeah,
it used to be on Netflix at least.
I think Sphere there's like a weird knockoff of Cube that's called like Sphere or whatever bullshit is in there.
I think it's just like in the kind of geometry related psychological horror genre.
Is that a sentence that you needed to say?
It's not really that similar.
Geometry-based psychological horror. Damn. All right.
I would definitely recommend Cube 1 over Circle 100 times. Circle's kind of boring.
Oh, Circle is what it's called, not Sphere. Okay.
I think it's Circle.
Well, I thought you were going to bring up The Room. That's what I thought you were going to say.
No, I've seen that less. That's really? The fourth one. Probably the fourth now. Okay. Because it used to be the most, because I used to watch it like with my friends in high school, just like on a, I don't know, some days someone would be like, you want to watch it? And then some of us would be like, okay. Yeah. And that I think I've already talked about it though, maybe on the show, I'm not sure, but it's such a dive into the psyche of this man, right? Because he's like, has written it with so little self-awareness that it's like a profile of himself
right,
more than anything, and it's such like a piece. It like is so unique,
right.
I can't even describe the emotions you'll feel watching it. It is by no means good, but it is art.
I haven't seen it, and you're right. I think you might have brought it up already because I think I said on the show before that I feel like I couldn't watch it at this point anymore if you're not around.
Right.
Yeah. Bill Murray is by far my favorite actor in this entire universe. Bill, if you're out there listening to this shit, man, hope you're doing all right. Hope to see you in more projects in the future. Big fan of Bill Murray. Big fan of his delivery. Big fan of his comedy. And so Ghostbusters is by far the movie that I have watched the most in my entire life. I could probably quote the whole thing.
Okay.
Big fan of Bill Murray. Bill Murray, if you're out there listening to this shit, man, big fan of you. I hope you're happy. I hope you're doing well.
Shout out to Bill.
Shout out to Billy. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, and I hope to see you in more projects, future projects.
Yeah, what's he up to recently, actually? I haven't seen him around at all.
Ghostbusters movie supposed to be released sometime soon, the new one.
Oh, right. There's a new Ghostbusters.
Totally forgot about that. Yeah. Damn.
Right, because they had the one
Afterlife.
that no one liked that new one, and then they were going to make a Ghostbusters 3.
Afterlife.
I don't know. It's I feel like without Ernie Hudson, it's not.
I thought, why would you? I mean, fair, but why would you? I thought I don't know, why is the absence of Ernie Hudson to you more
apparent in the absence of Harold Ramis, who was like the original author and who actually like fucking died a few years ago?
I didn't know the author died. I just
yeah, like the writer.
I wasn't aware of that either.
Yeah. The Harold Ramis, well, both him and Dan Aykroyd wrote the first one.
Right, yeah, I knew Dan Aykroyd worked on it. I forgot Harold Ramis' name, and I didn't know he died.
I just thought it was funny how like that fucking Ernie Hudson's absence is just more like, I don't know. Okay, so Afterlife was originally scheduled for release on July 20th, but it has been delayed to March 5th, 2021 due to the
right
to that word that we can't say or otherwise we'll get demonetized.
Right.
But yeah, no, definitely Ghostbusters. Definitely my all-time favorite movie. And I'll just pop it in literally whenever. You know what I mean? It's so easy to watch because it's so fucking funny.
I feel bad because I usually like check a week ahead of time, and then I'm like, when this goes out, there's going to be a Melee tournament the weekend after listening to this. But I've been too slow. But there's a Wi-Fi tournament tomorrow. It's finals, so you can go watch the VOD, I guess.
Just for everyone to know, Age God has already made the winner's semifinal. So
it's true. He's sitting pretty as always.
I find myself missing live sports so much that like I feel like I have to like rely on esports. And
yeah, just to watch something.
Yeah, and I actually think Rocket League is very, very entertaining to watch. To be perfectly honest,
they do put a lot of money into it. Yeah, they have all the guys in the suits and like booths, and they're always yelling and like giving. It's like real sports commentary. It's quite fun.
Yeah, and just like the game itself is just really like exhilarating. I think
you're right. It does allow someone to like do some really impressive stuff, and you're like you can already, if you're familiar with soccer, you can already kind of just relate the rules pretty much. It's just indoor soccer.
Right. Yeah. It's not hard to like pick up on, and it still like looks cool, right? If you see like the cars flying around and flipping and all that shit.
Yeah.
It still look cool.
The way they have, because there's no one on the desk or with the controllers, so they have like little Mario and Luigi dolls for the players and pictures of the commentators just sitting in a chair for the commentator booth, which is very cute.
I love those fucking Mario and Luigi dolls, man. I fucking want.
Yeah, it's very nicely made. I don't know. It's just something that's not so competitive. Just it's not that big a prize pool. It's just like about having some sense of community, I guess, and people are like, the streamers who are participating are getting people coming in. It's just everyone kind of hanging out.
Right. And just just to feel that the community is still like alive and breathing and everything.
Yeah.
Despite all the bullshit, right?
Yeah, it's felt like forever, man.
Right. Matthew Peterson, what have we learned today, dog?
Let's see. I learned the co-author of Ghostbusters died.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware. It's a shame.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. I was very sad when it happened, but yeah.
I also learned that about that French film. That seems pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's good. Something I don't know how you heard of it. It's just something I probably never heard of if you didn't tell me.
Right. For me, I think I learned that The Room is not the film that you have watched the most. I thought that was going to be it for sure. that. I also learned that Nick Kirshner kind of interacted with the director of Cube 3, which is funny.
Yeah. I'll have to get him to send me I don't know if he has the screenshot or transcript or whatever of the conversation, but that'd be nice to have.
I also learned a lot of the plot points of Justice League movie, right. Which I did watch with you. Yeah, right. Which I did watch with you.
Yeah, you're right. Right. Oh man, I think that says everything you can say about that film.
Right. So yeah, I guess that's what I learned, dog.
All right, yeah. I mean, this was fun. It was a good time.
Hold on. Do we have any? I don't have a hot take, but I don't know.
Shit, dude. I've been so out of whack with all the technical difficulties and just being at home. I haven't even thought of anything.
Cool. I have to. I was just wondering.
Yeah, I'm just hoping this gets out with all the audio stuff fixed. Then I'll be very happy with it.
Tune in next week when we'll be sacrificing Owen to our pig overlords.
Right. I forgot to tell him about that.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't know. I don't know. I feel like he wouldn't want to hear about that until Right.
All right. Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Cool. Thank you, Matthew Peterson. I appreciate it, man. Have a good time.
Of course. Yeah, you too. And because he really wanted me to include this, here's Daniel's impression of Andrew Garfield's terrible New York accent.
Is all I got. A briefcase full of junk.